Yep, that's kind of what I was guessing it was going to happen. This unit finally tuckered out. It's about 25 years old, and it's one of 3 on this house. About 9 years ago, 8 years ago maybe, we came out and we replaced in the same season 2 air conditioning condensers on this house. When we did that, they were still selling pretty readily available R22 systems, and well, those just aren't available anymore. And so the question these folks have is, can we install a 410A condensing unit on an R22 system? The answer is absolutely we can. Well, that doesn't always make it a perfect idea, and there are some caveats. The refrigerant pressure on the 410A system and this R22 system are quite different. The refrigerant is different, it's a different viscosity, it's a different lubricating oil. There's a lot of differences between this unit and the other one. Although they look very similar, they do the basic same thing. They both have compressors, fan motors, coils, all that stuff is the same. What is different about them is really just the way that they handle the refrigerant. So if you have a home warranty on your home and they come outside and see a 410A condenser, go in the attic or in the garage or wherever your coil is and see an R22 coil, they're going to deny the claim. Whatever it is, whether it's up there or down here, they're going to deny the claim. The other thing that you got to be aware of is that the coil size on the new 410A systems and the coil size on the R22 systems in the attic, there's a big geometry difference. They're longer, they're wider, they're thicker. There's so many things that make them much more efficient with this particular, with a 410A system. Now, because they're a different viscosity, the different oils and all those things that apply, there is the thing called a metering device, and there's basically 2 of them. There's one that's called an orifice, which is a hole, I know, but it's the technical term orifice. Now the orifice, what that does is it meters the pressure on the system. It allows for more pressure to build up on the system. And a lot of times, well, that's all that needs to be done. Probably 80% of R22 systems only had an orifice. So we can go in and change the orifice out and successfully make this system work most of the time. On a few occasions, and I don't know how many there were out of the hundreds that we've installed, I'm going to say less than 10, we had to install a thermal expansion valve. And that TXV, what it does is a TXV valve will allow for some pressure balancing in between the high side and the low side of the system. So doing a 410A, you're going to have a lot more stress on the pipes that are inside the wall that run off of the unit, up the wall and into the coil in the attic or wherever it is. And then you're going to have more stress on the actual coil on the inside. Now, considering 4 or 5 years ago, maybe give or take, we started installing 410A condensers on R22 existing coils. Customers needed to save money. It was a tougher economy even then. We did what we had to do for customers to help them save money. We're all about that. In the end, 4 years later, we've been back out on 3 out of several hundred that we've installed. 3. I got hundreds of people that are willing to tell you, absolutely, it was a lifesaver, it saved us money, it worked just as good as the R22. There have been a few that said, it's not quite what we were hoping for. It doesn't work quite as well as our R22 system. I know there's going to be some haters that say, you just can't do it, and there's going to be even more that say you just shouldn't do it. I'm not going to disagree with any of those guys or try and defend it, but I will tell you this. If budget is the concern, it's not a bad idea. It can be done, because let's face it, you can't live without air conditioning in Las Vegas. Here's what I'll do for you. We'll come out today, we'll install a 410A condenser on your R22 system. We'll do it and we'll get it tuned, and when we leave, you will have cold air coming out of those ducts. When we're done, we will also write you up another estimate for the rest of the equipment that you need inside your home. We'll do that, and then we'll make that estimate good for a full 6 months. That's 6 months to test drive this, to see if we're right and every other contractor that's told you you can't do it is wrong. So let me reiterate. We will sell you a 410A condenser today. We'll give you a price quote. We'll write it up for you. We'll do the install. Also, today, we will give you a estimate for a complete system, I'll give you 6 months to install the rest of the equipment that goes along with it. And I will discount off of that system the 410A condenser that you've already bought. If it doesn't work to your satisfaction and you just don't feel good about it, buy the rest of the equipment. So if you're ready to get that system installed, or you just want to buy a condenser, give us a call. We'll be standing by. We'd love to be your contractor.